I know it's a couple of minutes late, but as it turns out, it's a busy morning in the weather department. So once again, just doing the best we can. It is 8:04, and it is time for Coffee Talk. I'm West 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris on a busy morning across Central Florida. This is what it looks like in downtown Orlando. It's gray, it's kind of damp around. We've been watching some showers, but we've been watching very heavy rainfall kind of firing up in our coastal areas. So let's take you right over and see what's doing. First off, let's start with our watches and warnings. There's a flood warning in effect for Brevard County, for Palm Bay, Malabar, Grant, Valcaria, Floridana Beach, and Mico. That includes 122,000 people that live there. Let me lapse the radar and you kind of see there have been little heavier waves of energy kind of moving on through that area. So watching for flooding. We have seen Doppler radar indicates 5, 6, 7 inches of rain in some spots. Further to the north, there's also another flood warning in effect until 10:15 when we look at the live radar coming through. It's kind of good, steady rains there. But just notice, all in all, we've got heavier rain falling still in coastal Brevard County. We've been getting some pictures in from viewers showing some flooding in this area. Certainly those of you that live in these areas know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just looking here, and West Palm Bay, I see 5.53 inches. I see 5.35, 5.58, 5.26. So, I mean, there's, in Palm Bay particularly, there's a pretty significant little flooding event that has happened. Let me pop on the rainfall totals, and Doppler radar is indicating that as well. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so there's Emerson Drive, and you can see that kind of orangish shade there. According to Doppler radar, that's 5.5 inches, and I'm seeing ground truth on some of our stations. But it's kind of interesting what a cutoff it is, right? Like, it's literally right over I-95. You got like an inch and change east. You've got 5 inches to the west. So kind of a remarkable little setup there. And it's pouring. Still just pouring in that spot. Up to Melbourne, where it is still pouring now. I'll put the radar into motion, and new rains are kind of developing. If I put the Doppler radar indicates rainfall totals, look out near Lake Washington here. You're talking 5, 6 inches of rain. Around Satellite Beach, you're talking about 1.3 inches. Indian Harbor Beach, 1.9 inches. Right in the heart of Melbourne, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So still just pouring around Central Florida. Wider perspective kind of showing more rains developing across northern Brevard County here. Port St. John, Titusville, Mims, out to the Kennedy Space Center, the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. We head inland just a little bit, and it's just pouring in Chuliota, Lake Mills, Lake Pickett area. For downtown Orlando, we're seeing some heavier rains kind of sneaking on through there, up through Winter Park, Fern Park, continuing up through about Longwood, drying out a bit here in Sanford and Lake Mary, but there's more heavy rainfall up around Paisley, Forest Hills, and even into Volusia County, where yesterday some spots saw almost a foot of rain just in the day. At least things are beginning to quiet down. So, yeah, the Weather Prediction Center have put out this update this morning, and totally makes sense. Their statement was that flash flooding was a concern because of extremely heavy rainfall rates this morning. So, yeah, there it is. I will just say this. For this morning's forecast, okay? We're going to be tracking very heavy rainfall across Central Florida, particularly our eastern areas, okay? Here's the overall setup for us. Essentially, what we've got is this old frontal boundary. Hold on. This old frontal boundary that's south of town by tonight. And as it drops out, we dry out. So looking to the forecast for tomorrow, we're going to get better and better and better. Things are going to look better and better and better. We just have to get through this kind of mess of a morning setup right now, okay? Oh my goodness, I need some coffee. Okay, so that's where we're at. Any questions thus far? Yes, we've got plenty to talk about. We're going to be getting to all of it. All right, while we're chatting, let me pop up our 12-hour forecast, which is wetter the first part of the day today. It does look better into this afternoon. 60% coverage of rain this morning, 40% coverage of rainfall by 3 o'clock, and then kind of drying out into the evening. So we've got the rain around this morning. It's going to take a little while for it to get on out of here. All right. All right. Good morning to you. No rain in Brooksville. Yeah, Cheryl, you're far enough west that you've been pretty protected. But almost all the rest of Central Florida has just been seeing these downpours. And the further east you live, just the more widespread it is. Michelle says it's been raining all morning in Ponce. Yep, that's confirmed. As a matter of fact, give me a few seconds and I can actually pop up that camera. I have to cheat it because for whatever reason, our input on my weather computer just is not doing well. So give me 2 seconds. I will pop up yeah, look at that. It is raining. This is a shot from, did I not select it? There it goes. I'm like, why are we taking so long? All right, so there's a shot from New Smyrna Beach. Yeah, I mean, doesn't that kind of set the stage, right? Like, it's raining, it's pouring around Central Florida. We can go on a tower cam tour. That's inclement. Yeah, that's not pretty. Here's Daytona Beach showing the gray sky. Let's head down to Melbourne. And, I mean, it's just not good. It's just not a good day. Kennedy Space Center, pouring down rains. We head to downtown Orlando. It's not much better. You can see the rains in the area, though, right? Like, let's head over to our Lake Eola tower cam. Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely shows it a little bit better. Winter Park tower cam. Yeah. Orlando International Airport. Actually not bad down at the airport. You're far enough south that you're not getting any of that rain at the moment. Over to the World Center tower cam. Yeah. So interestingly enough, I will also add, while we're talking about the airport, we are running flight delays at Orlando International Airport because of traffic management initiatives, weather, 45-minute or so delays. So when we look to the graphics, we're at about 17 delayed flights, 1 cancellation. So all in, it's not terrible, but also it's just not a red letter day, we'll say. Yeah, I don't mind the sky water. You mean the rain? Needs to turn off half hour or so I can get my coffee and my groceries. Oh, I gotcha. Can't wait for this rain to be gone. So at least it does go. By tomorrow, we're going to be drying things out a little bit. Yeah. Tom says rainy season sucks. I mean, it's not it's not the end of the rainy season, but like this is not rainy season triggered. This is an old frontal boundary. You can see it there in the bottom left corner of your screen, just hanging out. Thank you, Sandra, over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Can you talk a little about the West Coast? So the West Coast is not looking bad because all the moisture is East Coast. Like that's St. Pete Beach. That looks beautiful. So if you're heading that direction, I would say your forecast is looking quite all right. Now, I will tell you, if you're wanting to head to the beach on the Atlantic side, obviously it's not looking great because of the weather, but it's also not looking great because the overall setup has very rough surf. Take a look at the beach boating forecast for us today. Surf running 4 to 6, seas running 5 to 7, and even higher at times. All right. So it's raining, it's pouring. At least we've got a change in the weather pattern looking ahead to tomorrow. Take a look at Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. 60% coverage of rainfall for us today, 20% tomorrow, and then shower chances kind of coming back up into the middle of the week. Listen, I was at the UCF game, which was a disaster yesterday. And Alexander was bouncing around in my lap, and he bounced and hit my jaw, and I bit the snot out of my tongue. And so I'm going to stop now. I just don't have any more in me. My tongue is killing me. So anyway, it's going to be raining. We'll be tracking it all for you. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for an abbreviated coffee talk. I'll see you tomorrow morning for more fun.